Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In this video I wanted to talk about how to lose 10 pounds for the summertime. I know a lot of us, our natural weight falls a little bit higher than what we expect for bikini season or for the wedding season, so I wanted to make this video full of tips. There are 10 tips on this video that is going to help you lose 10 pounds and get ready for that bikini season and for that wedding season. I myself have my own wedding coming up in October, so I'm so excited to use all of these 10 tips all at once to achieve my weight goals. Coming right up.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go! By the way, if you guys are new here, my name is Sepi. I have ADHD and my channel is all about healthy, sustainable weight loss. So if that's something you're into, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and the bell button because it really does help the algorithm and helps my channel grow. Thank you so much, and let's get on with the video. I've struggled with being overweight all my life and I gain weight really easily, so I have to think about what I eat and how I work out on a daily basis. In the past few years, I started to notice a lot of my mental challenges and I started to really accepting and loving my body and really appreciate what it can do for me at the gym or how long I can walk. So these are all the things that I appreciate about my body. And let's say if I have my engagement party coming up or my wedding coming up, I want to lose a few pounds, I can do that, no problem. It's not an issue, and that's why I wanted to make this video so you guys can use my 10 tips that I personally use every time I want to shred down. Tip number 1 is that you have to do something different with your diet and your workout. First of all, I'm going to talk about diet. If you're eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, you want to switch that to 6 times a day. Whatever your meal is that you're having for breakfast, break it up, have half of it now and half of it later. Do the same thing with lunch and dinner and continue doing that for 8 to 16 weeks to actually start seeing results. You will actually get results from doing this even if you're not cutting down your calories. So this is a very great way of keeping your calories the same, not starving yourself to death, eating the same amount of food and still getting results. Another example could be if you are taking 6 meals a day, for example, you could start intermittent fasting. So you do 3 or 4 meals, maybe bigger meals in the beginning of the day, and then fast and don't eat after 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. until the next day. I have personal experience and I've seen a lot of research online that the best and the fastest diet that actually works is alternate day fasting. That means that you will be fasting today and eating regular tomorrow. This actually keeps your body guessing and it will help you lose a lot of weight. If you wanted to know what diet is best for you, make sure you check out this video. I will leave it in the description below as well. Now I wanted to talk about what you can change with your exercise routine. Well, if you're not exercising, you better start exercising because it really does help. I would really recommend weight training and cardio. And if you wanted to know more about how to combine them both to get the best and fastest fat loss results, make sure you check out this video. I've gone through all the details, but just to give you a summary, it's best to do weight training and a little bit of LIST, which is low intensity cardio afterwards. But if you are already exercising, which is amazing and great for you, you want to change it up a little bit. I understand that it's really easy to start a routine and kind of stick to it and never changing it. But for example, for myself, I never run on a daily basis, so I started running to start losing weight. Another way that you can switch things up and burn more calories is when you actually start doing supersets. For example, you're doing pull-ups and biceps together or 2 exercises that you can combine together. It really helps to keep your heart rate up because you're doing them back to back and you're resting for a shorter period of time. Tip number 2 is to track your calories, and I know this is a lot of work for you guys, especially in the beginning, but if you're not tracking your calories or you haven't done it in the past, you really don't know how much you're eating on a daily basis. As you guys know, you need to be on caloric deficit in order to start losing weight. That means that you have to be burning more calories than what you're consuming. So you have to make sure you're not going over a certain amount of calorie that you have set for yourself or your trainer has given you. That's why you need to know how much calories is in every single meal that you're eating. You can certainly use a lot of different apps out there. My favorite is MyFitnessPal. You can track everything that you're eating so you know exactly how much calorie is in your meal. And it's really important to use it because sometimes I have a handful of nuts and I'm not sure how much that is. If let's say I don't know how much calories is in there, and every time I get hungry, I have a little bit of almonds here, a little bit of almond there, so it adds up to 2 handfuls of almonds by the end of the day. That's a lot of calories, and then I wonder how come I'm not losing weight, because that amount of almond is putting me in caloric surplus and I'm not going to be losing weight because of it. So this is why it's very important, it's very crucial for you guys to track your calories, especially in the beginning of your journey. Okay, now that we're talking about calories, I wanted to give you the best tip that you guys should never forget. Rule number 1 of dieting is to never drop your calories by a lot all of a sudden. The maximum you want to drop is 100 calories per 2 weeks. The reason for that is that your body's, for example, used to having 3,000 calories right now, and then if you drop it to 1,400 all of a sudden, what your body will do, you're going to increase your hunger hormone, you're going to be extremely hungry, and so as soon as you find a chance, as soon as you're at a party, at a gathering, at a grocery store, you feel so hungry that you feel the urge and need to stuff yourself with anything that you could find. So it's not about dropping your calories and losing weight, it's to be smart about it. You have to be smart about it and very strategic, because if you do that, you're just going to crash and burn. I want to know how many of you guys have actually gone through this cycle every single time. You drop your calories and then you get hungry and you go back to the same thing. So if you're watching this, my tip for you guys to take it slow. Whatever you're eating today and whatever you had yesterday, take a note of it, see what you've been eating, decrease 100 calories, take off 1 egg, whatever it is, just about 100 calories, and just follow the exact same diet for 2 weeks and see what happens. If this is something that you guys are interested, you want to know more about cleaning your diet and following an exercise routine, I have a free program that I personally started with, so you can download it. The link in the description is below. All you have to do is to click on it. You will have to type in your email address and I will send you an email with the program attached to it. Tip number 3, track your days. Set a goal for yourself and know exactly when you're going to be done. I recommend having 8 weeks, and for a complete transformation, 16 weeks aside. So whatever your specific date is, count how many days you have until then. Draw a line for every single day, and at the end of the day, if you stuck with your routine, if you followed your diet and your program, you could cross off one of the days. This really helps me out, especially with my ADHD, that it keeps me on track and it helps me to have a goal and motivation, and I get excited about it, so it keeps me motivated throughout the whole journey. Tip number 4, cheat meals. Depending on where you are throughout your whole journey, you might want to incorporate and add cheat meals to your routine. Now, cheat meals are fun, but there are certain rules that you need to follow. Number 1 is that to make sure that your cheat meal calorie is only twice as much as what you're eating for dinner, for example, or for your lunch, for one of your meals specifically during the day. So if one of your meals for a day is 400 calories, your cheat meal can't go over 800 calories. So you have to make sure you stick to that rule, and if you need more information about that, you could watch this video. I talk about frequency and what to eat for your cheat meal. A lot of good information on there, and you can watch this one because I go through the supplements that you could take to help you lower your blood sugar if you're having a heavy carb meal for your cheat meal. Number 5, add cardio to your routine, and it has to be a different type of cardio than you're used to. I talked about this earlier in this video, but I wanted to go over it again because it's very important to know when and how to do cardio. Depending on the body composition you're looking for, if you want to be more toned and muscly, for example, you need to do maybe lifts, as I mentioned earlier. So lifts and lower intensity cardio. So you could be walking on a treadmill, you could be biking a little bit, you can do a stairs master, which is my favorite if you have a really proper posture. So these are some of the things that you can add when you are at the gym. I also made a great video on how to do cardio, when to do cardio, and which is the best one for fat loss. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you check out the link in the description after you watch this video. Number 6, walking. I underestimated walking for so long, but now that I've done so much research on it, I know it's the best form of exercise. After all, there were no gyms or workout programs in the past, and we all walked from point A to point B. So it's one of the best and most important exercises that we neglect a lot. Our bodies are very much used to it. It doesn't hurt your joints, it doesn't cause any problems. So it's very good cardio to add to your daily routine. For example, you can always follow the 10K rule. As long as you're doing 10K steps every single day, you're gonna maintain a great health. Walking is not just the best cardio, but it's very good for your digestion, and apparently there's research that's been done and it's very great for your episodic memory as well. So it's a very great exercise. Don't underestimate it. If you can walk, definitely walk. Number 7, you want to change up your morning routine a little bit. If you wake up and you have water, change that to lemon water or ginger shots, turmeric water. Maybe take some neem pills. These are all really great starters to your day. If you start your day with coffee, definitely stop that because it does spike up your stress hormone. I've talked about on my Instagram and my other videos. Definitely want to start your day with water, room temperature. What you also want to do is to avoid green smoothies. They are full of sugar and fiber, and it's not the best thing to have early in the morning. Number 8 is my favorite tip, and I don't know if you guys are gonna love this or not, but this is my favorite. I feel like it helps me the best. when you're dieting and you're lowering your calories and you're changing things up, you're probably going to be hungry throughout the day a little bit compared to what you felt before you started to lose weight. So the best way is to have a go-to snack when you're hungry and you're craving sugar or craving food or chips or whatever you crave on a daily basis. My favorite to go is, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Diet Coke, and it's not the healthiest and I don't drink a lot of it, but if I'm really craving a little bit of sugar or carbs, I have a little bit of that and it takes my cravings away. There are other things you can do. I used to bake. You could use my sugar-free replacement recipe book. You can download it from the description below as well. In that there's a lot of, I think about 11 or 12 recipes that you guys can follow. You can make your own dessert at home using bananas or stevia or sugar-free syrups that are out there. It's very good. Let me know what you think of it if you end up using it. Number 9, you need motivation. If you have to print up pictures and put it on your wall, do it. If you have to find a new playlist, do it. If you have to find a workout partner, do it. Whatever it takes to motivate yourself, to get yourself to the gym, to get yourself to follow your diet, make sure you do that. Another thing that you guys can do is to take a supplement. I don't really recommend them because I don't personally take them, but if you want to pick the healthiest one, you could see my video on fat burners here, or you can do your own research and see which one you like and which one has less side effects for you. It is something that will put you in the right mindset and it might motivate you to work out harder or follow your diet better. So if you feel like it will have that placebo effect on you, I will definitely recommend doing that as well. Number 10, add healthy fats and fiber to your diet. A lot of American diets and a lot of people that I see dieting, they don't add salmon, avocado, olive oil. These are 3 ingredients that are very important to be a part of your daily basis. Flax seeds as well, they're really good to have on a daily basis on your salad, so make sure you add them. Fatty food usually digests a lot slower, that's why it keeps you more full. You might not get that insulin spike right away when you eat your food, but it will have that longer effect, so you won't feel hungry, you know, an hour after. I really do recommend adding one of the 3, a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of flaxseed, or a quarter of a big avocado. Anyways guys, these were all my 10 tips which I'm personally going to use every single one of them to get ready for the wedding season, and I hope you guys loved it. If you did, let me know by liking the video, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.